filmed in front of a live Twitch audience from the FerretTube studios in sleepy Hertfordshire, England. It's Viewer Chat!
Hey, Playpy. Hi, Annie. Yeah, I actually remember to record. Take that off so I can actually see the screen.
Yes, we did. I made a point of remembering to record this time. Kate's made a point of bringing down the hard drive. We're great!
Annie wants to treat you. Annie in with a treat.
Get some treats going.
Thank you, Auntie Annie. Unfortunately, it's only a Scruffles treat because Ribbles is fast asleep.
Oh, she's missing out on all the knowledge.
Thank you for the treat.
And there's my thumbnail for this episode.
Cool. Is that tasty? Yes. What happened? I wonder what would happen if I put salmon pate on my nose.
You would no longer have a nose, or at least another nose piercing.
Should I try it? No.
Well, you can, but we don't have the insurance coverage.
That's true. Mwah. So how are you all? Stuart's there. Acme FerretTube. Oh, I think Wriggles maybe.
Wriggles is getting
rising.
Up.
I hear her.
Oh yeah, she ain't gonna miss the party.
Anthony's here as well.
Yeah, we got Dr. Prune Squallers in the house. I'm scrolling back up through the chat rapidly. Northern lads here. Flack999 Playpy. Annie's here, Stu. And Tally's here as well. Hello, Tally. Blue Ganymede's in the house. And I'm missing someone. I'm sure I am. There's lots. We've got a few people hanging around. No homes to go to. Can't think of anything better to do than sit here and hang with us for a little bit. Thanks, everyone. I put a post out onto the Patreon today. Just thanking everybody who's been helping us over the last 9 months. Did you realise it's 9 months, Kate?
That we've been doing this?
9 months since the idea was born.
Wow. That's mad, isn't it? Come on, Wiggles, treat!
It is.
I mean, time's gone very quickly in some senses, but in other senses, I kind of feel like I've always had the girls.
Mm-hmm. I know that feeling.
Come on.
It's just a part of life now. They're a part of all our lives.
Oh, Wiggles, come here.
Oh, is she getting up, is she?
She's being lazy, but that's fine. Yeah. I'll give you your treat from Annie.
Oh, nom 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 nom, wriggly face. Hello. They are so cute when they do that.
Good evening, Graham. Were you pleased to see the mouse in the show this week, Graham?
I'm glad we managed to capture him.
Tally wants to treat you as well, ladies.
Oh, here it comes. Everyone's got channel points to get rid of now. It's a celebration for Scruffles.
Thank you, Tally.
My nom, my nom, my nom, my nom.
Nom, 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 nom. Ecstatic. So, does anybody want to take a guess at what kind of broth I am making this weekend?
I don't think they'll get it. I don't think they'll get it. Come on, what are your guesses, everybody? What have we got?
What kind of broth?
Well, Flax in with a chicken.
Anyone else vote chicken? Graham says chicken. Prune Scholar says hedgehog. Pigeon from Stuart. Interesting.
No.
Lamb or rabbit?
That
Anyone
is
else?
interesting.
No more guesses?
No more mouse.
Mouse.
Mouse stew. Yeah, that would be lovely.
tally. It's to try and... So last week we made some beef bone broth to try and use as a liquid on the biscuits to encourage particularly this one to eat more biscuits by soaking them in something that's delicious.
Yeah.
It didn't work. She wasn't even a small bit interested in the beef broth.
No.
But I sort of had a moment of what do the girls love most of all? Like
More than anything else in the whole wide world. Oxo.
Pork, no.
Pork. No, fish.
Okay.
We've got a fish from Blue Ganymede.
Salmon, there you go.
Ding, ding, ding.
Salmon. So, hello you. So I ordered a 2 kilogram whole salmon from a fishery in Scotland, in a sustainable fish farm, sustainable salmon farm.
Wait. They are getting Highland bred salmon.
Yeah, but fresh as well, like fresh out of the pond into a bag and sent to me. So it like super fresh caught and not frozen, not sort of not sitting in transit for sort of weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like it jumped out of the pond and straight into the pan. So I did my very best to fillet it.
Oh, right. Okay.
And took the fillets for me, obviously. There was quite a lot of flesh left on the skeleton, but it was like it was that big. It was a big fish.
Did you get a picture of it, like a fisherman?
I got like video of me holding it.
Then that's going on Instagram. That's your fishing pic.
Yeah, I'll be doing still shots for Instagram. And of course, Ansgar Bunny here is with us now. She very kindly posts stuff for us on Instagram. I don't worry, I'm going to edit that. So I've actually I made that yesterday, but it's going to be in the weekend update because if I'd have put it in today's show, we would all the stuff I could have put in today's show, honestly we would have been going all night. So it's been a lot to see this week. But yeah, I made a big batch of salmon broth. Salmon bone broth, and some tasty salmon foods for me as well. So, and tomorrow we will try them on it and see whether or not.
And are we going to get a taste test of your salmon fillet? Are you gonna do that for us again, like you did with the beef?
Yes, I made salmon with lemon and dill sauce, like cooked on papillon, with some sugar, with some mini baby sweet corn and asparagus sticks, and lemon and olive oil and dill, and then I made some mash. And heated up some of Marks and Spencer's lemon and dill sauce, because I read the ingredients off the back. It's like, I'm using this, but if you want to make it, it'll. And then it was just like such a long list of ingredients. I was just like, okay, now I'm really glad I didn't try and make it, because that's a ridiculous amount of ingredients. So yeah, and I've I'm going to marinate some this weekend as well, and have it teriyaki marinate. And have it as an Asian with noodles and sugar snap peas and baby corn.
That sounds awesome. That kicks the hell out of my fish finger and potato waffle sandwich.
Yeah. I tell you what as well, I had the first piece that I ate it yesterday. It was so delicious, like just even without anything on it. If you've never had fresh caught fish before, then you don't know what you're missing, because it's not the same as fish that's been frozen and transported. It's a very different experience. I remember
it's
when
actually less fishy.
Yeah. I remember when I went and did a conservation project in the Philippines, and we used to go out on the banker boats to the dive sites. We were surveying the reef. and the guys would drag a line off the back of the guys, meaning the people who work, the people who ran the boats and stuff like that, and they would drag a line off the back of the boat when we were travelling, and occasionally we'd catch a big tuna fish, and so we'd have fresh caught tuna on the barbecues that night, and it was just like,
oh, that is spectacular.
If you've not tasted it fresh out of the water, then you should try and engineer that situation for yourself at least once in your lifetime.
And fishing's a lovely thing to do. Just go, if you're going to eat what you catch, definitely. And I don't think I'm not against fishing, but I definitely think if you're going to go fishing, eat what you're catching.
Yeah.
Please.
Playpy says Scruffles is nice and cuddly tonight, and he's so happy to hear from the wait, and hopefully even more better news for your mum's recovery, Kate. Yeah, thanks. And my mum, she was supposed to go in and have the big operation on the 10th, on this Wednesday, but they suddenly got in touch like 3 days ago, and just said, come in now. It was like late afternoon, come in now and we're going to operate tomorrow. Maybe they had a vacancy open up or something like that, I don't know, but it kind of happened quite quickly, which is annoying because again she hadn't loaded all her phone up with stuff to watch and things, so anyway.
No time to prepare or anything.
She's had the surgery, she's had part of her stomach removed, her pancreas removed, and something else, a gland thing that I can't remember the name of. Anyway, she's in intensive care recovering at the moment, and hopefully that continues to be the case. So she can't have her phone in intensive care though, so
oh dear,
I haven't been able to speak to her, but her husband's been speaking to the hospital twice a day and relaying the information via Facebook. Today we placed Esther's ashes in the family plot. It was a very sunny day, as if it was meant to be. Oh, that's lovely.
That is good.
Have you smelled fish? Sorry.
So, yeah. If your fish smells fishy, then it's going bad. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. The Prince Squalor saying, I used to sail on Arctic trawlers. People don't seem to realise that a lot of fresh fish is a couple of weeks old when it comes to port. Yes. That is true.
Yeah.
It is. They're out there for a long time getting their catches.
I will, Flack, thank you. When I get the chance to speak to her again, I will definitely pass on your warm regards. So, and the other thing, of course, that I'm really excited about that we're going to do this weekend is tomorrow morning, we're going to be opening a parcel from Playpy, and I have no idea what's in it, but MahdDogg is excited for me.
Yes.
I thought not tonight, Playpy, just simply because the girls are so tired by the time we finish the show, and presumably they'll want to be a part of that. And also the lighting's a bit, it's hard to film what's going on, or harder to first. You get better pictures when there's daylight coming in. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, we have the ambient light.
You want to Stormy?
But it's getting exciting now. Knowing that the girls have got something, but it's not going to be something that passes on, and everything's gearing towards opening back up again.
Yeah.
Bit by bit, slowly but surely, we're getting through this, folks.
When the pandemic lockdowns are over and I've had my vaccine and everything, then we can start thinking about what comes next. Oh, excuse me. I'm pretty excited to see as well. Graham posted pictures of a litter of kits in the forum that he's put a deposit down for 2 of them.
Oh, I'm looking forward to sharing that. It's like the girls are getting cousins.
Anthony had fresh swordfish. Yes, you know, exactly, cousins, exactly. I mean, it's conceivable that at some point in the future we may be able to have play dates.
Oh, ferret play dates. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, I know a certain someone who's not a ferret, but is looking forward very much to having an opportunity at some point to come and meet the girls. And that is Mini Pup.
Yeah, I'll bet.
so excited. You'd probably be a bit frightened because of the skittering and the claiming and the potential of being nipped.
Yeah.
But he'll get there. He'll get there. Yes, also not a dog. He's my child. Oh, Nommy Dugas.
Spoiling her like crazy today.
Absolutely. It's like a birthday. It's a celebration.
I'm so thrilled though with the weight gain. So tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. We'll start 2 weeks for both of them as well, because Rickles is, she's losing weight too. So, although she's got more weight on her initially anyway. Oh, do you want one as well? Sorry.
Of course she wants one.
Did you miss the treat?
Oh yes. Straight off to eat it behind the boxes under the enclosure.
Yeah, or she's just stashed it actually. She's not. Those chicken ones, Scruffles loves them. She just eats them straight away. Wriggles stashes them, and then Scruffles goes and finds where she stashed them later and eats them. So.
Yeah. Another something. Oh, I was gonna say we do have a bit of news.
Yeah.
For the audience, that sort of sparked off more creative ideas in our head. Again, well, we're not really creative this time. More like how do create something that's going to be of use to other people. That isn't just how-to guides and all of that. But we got through our Facebook page, we had a university student reach out to us who's studying at a university up in the north of England. I'm not going to reveal anything more because, reached out personally, and they are doing a project for university where they are wanting to study the natural behaviours of tame ferrets and how they get up to things, what kind of behaviours they do, because they've got a ferret, but the ferret doesn't like other ferrets, and it's bonded very much with the dog and the family, and she wants to see comparatively whether or not her ferret still has natural ferret behaviours or whether they've been altered through not socialising with ferrets. So we're going to make available to her loads of the footage that we've already collected, to allow her to get at least some visual experience of the kind of behaviours that she's looking for, so she can make the comparisons. Originally, she was going to do it with the ferrets that the university has, but obviously with lockdown and what have you, she couldn't go and do it. So she reached out to us, and that's fantastic. Anything we can do to help people like that. School students, university students do doctorates, veterinary studies, things like that. We've got mountains of footage. Yeah. So we're going to go through.
We're going to actually put the content into a YouTube playlist that we'll call we'll call it a research archive. So it's not going to be dressed up or edited or any of the any fancy frills. It's literally just going to be sequences of them behaving together the way they usually behave, and not sort of cut together in the way that we cut a lot of stuff out and cut things together, sort of to give them a bit more pizzazz, whereas she presumably just wants the natural kind of edit. So we're going to make an extra resource of that, which is exciting. And the other thing we've said we were going to talk about in this after show is the taking the week off, and I don't really interested to hear what you guys think about this, that having that every 9th week, not creating the content for a weekly show, I think, as well as it being because I'm feeling really like I just want to spend a couple of days playing video games. I haven't had a chance to do that for ages, and it's you can work really hard and you can work 7 days a week as long as there's like an end, the light at the end of the tunnel. And it was kind of an endless tunnel, and it was beginning to sort of stress me out that there's, it's a treadmill of content production, that there's no real break in it. So we're going to build a break in. Number one, for mental health and recuperation and, and all the rest of it. But number two, we're sort of like, we always seem to do really well when we step back from what we've done and take a little bit of time to look at the data, analyse look at the analytics, look with a critical eye at what we're producing and whether or not it's meeting our content goals and performance goals. And I think having a week every 9 weeks to do that, to just step back from it and be able to say, okay, how, what's working, what's not working, and our audience is growing in really encouraging ways, right? The demographics that you were saying. Do you want to share any kind of information about the demographics?
I do a lot. I'm starting to get hooked on stats. It's really weird. Not usually my kind of thing, but I've been looking through the statistics, and there are key demographics, certain age ranges, gender, what have you, that we really do want to hit. We want to be inclusive of as many people as possible coming and seeing our channel, and we don't want to gear it too much one way, too much the other, because we want it to have a broad appeal. And to be able to get it to the point where it's going to get shared a lot and things like that. One of the sides of the audience that we really want to encourage and grow is the female audience between 18 and 35 years old, and the balance is it's starting to shift now. Predominantly, most of our viewers have been male, not for any particular reason, just that's the way it is. But now we're spreading out into areas where people are going to be more inclined to share what we do. Because these are the people who make social media the thing that it is. Yeah, people from 18 to 35 years old are really the ones that have driven the push in social media, who share the most content, who are interested in getting content out there and in front of other people, be it for look at this cute thing or here's a fantastic bit of information. So now that we've started opening up into those demographics, and we're starting to see consistent growth there. And whether that's to do with the change of format or the fact that we're now more focused on YouTube and what we're putting out there, it's just really encouraging to see that the places where we wanted to grow, the places where we needed to grow, are the places where we're starting to grow. And we can't do that without the audience that we have, without you guys coming here, watching us on a Friday night, talking about us participating in the Discord, being on the live chat on the YouTube channel. You make this place what it is.
Being really understand, like Stuart now, Stuart, Playpy, Annie, Flack, and Northern Lad, all saying, yeah, you need, fine, take the break. You need to look after yourself as well. And it's just such a great community. Everyone's so supportive. And I think, you all understand how much work we're putting into what we're doing here. But I'm feeling really, really encouraged and positive by the growth. We had a bit of a growth spurt on the YouTube subscriptions, and that has kind of died off a little bit. But we're just this rate, even if that's died off, there's been a nice steady tick in an upward direction, which I still think it's quite, we should be in a position by the time we've been live for a year, so another 4 months, no, 3 months, isn't it? So it's not. Is it really 9 months? Because it's August. I thought it was August. Oh, you mean from when the idea?
I'm talking from the spark of the idea to being here now today is 9 months.
Right.
It's 9 months tomorrow.
I think when we will have been live for a year, which will be beginning of August, we should have hit the 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Telephone call.
It's my dad. I'm just going to say hello, Dad. Oh, well, no, it was. I'm laughing, actually, because I'm actually live on Twitch right now. We're doing our live launch show that we do between 7 and 9 every day. So I'm literally live to I don't know how many people, but so they're hearing me, not you.
I can turn you up.
can I catch up with you tomorrow morning? Is that okay? I will. I'll call tomorrow morning because I'm going to be live for a little while yet here. And all right. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Oh dear.
Well, there's an edit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm live at the moment. Oh, they're not hearing this conversation, are they? Yes, they are. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just ask you, how are you? She's like, I'm live. Can I call you tomorrow? You'd think they'd know by now, wouldn't you? It's been 8 weeks already.
Well, yeah. Well, they never phoned you while you were on BBC.
No, exactly. And I bet the kind of like the attitude isn't, if I said, I'm live on BBC right now, it'd be like, oh, sorry. It's like, oh,
sorry, bye.
Which I don't think my parents fully understand the concept of Twitch.
Not yet. But it's getting there, because it's the future. It's where broadcast will go.
Yeah. It's nice that he called me, though.
It is.
I need to remember to call him back tomorrow.
Yes. We'll put a note in the Discord.
Is that Spencer calling again? So I can't even remember what we were saying then, but
we were talking about taking that week off, going and looking critically at what we did. That's something I like to encourage streamers who I talk to behind the scenes, because I do talk to a lot of people who ask me technical things, and they'll ask me to assess what they're doing, because for some strange reason they think I know what I'm talking about, which is nice. But you've got to always take that opportunity to step back from what you're doing and look at it with an objective, fresh set of eyes. And really not be cruel to yourself, but just be honest with yourself. What's working? What's not? How do you adjust it?
And it helps if you've got a couple of people who are close to you who you can rely on to be that kind of like, frank and honest feedback. So I also think burnout is real. It's really especially if something's going well, in some ways it's almost more dangerous, because at the moment things are going really well and I can see the growth, and the temptation is to just say, right, head to the grindstone, we've got to push, and you end up just having no energy for it. And I could start to feel that. I was actually beginning of last week, we got everything, got the show premiered and everything, and then it was just like, and we started all again. And it was the first time that there was a kind of a note of, oh my God, now we've got to start all again in my thinking. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so if I'm feeling that way, and it's about something doing that, I mean, how can you get fed up with doing this, right? So it's it's time to take a break, time to take that week off. Plus I do have two events next week as well, which is really good because it's money.
Yes, and I've started having people reach out to me again for work, which means coming up there'll be times where I have to take days away during the week. Which we're always prepared for. Don't worry, when we are off for a week, we are still going to be putting out the content, because as you've probably noticed if you've been watching on YouTube, instead of getting all of the clips from last week's show out in this week, we've rationed them a bit more over the course of the next few days. So they're going to take us into Wednesday, and then you're going to have the clips from this show are going to take you over the weekend and background into next week when we start again with episode 9.
And just keep building that sort of breathing time in. And I think with that model as well, it works quite well. If suddenly, you get some work and I get some work and it's over a 2-week period, we could even, just ad hoc, just we can't, we've got so much on this week, we can't do anything this week, so let's just not have a show. And if you guys are used to that, and I think it's quite a good compromise to do the gaming night, so we'll be able to do some community gaming and stuff like that. And we thought we'd give it a try, streaming it on YouTube as well, see whether that has any impact on our viewers.
Well, at Christmas, Among Us did have a huge impact. There was, at one point while we were all playing, there were over 200 people watching.
Really? Gosh.
when we were live streaming the Among Us on YouTube. So
Yeah. Interesting.
all things that help towards growth and getting to where we want to be.
Oh, is that Graham? Now 2/3 of the way through assembling the new lodger's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
You must be so excited.
That'd be fantastic. Oh, baby floofs. Baby floof
As
noodles
this
again.
pandemic starts to end, you will all get busy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is the thing, though, Northern Lad. I think both MahdDogg and I are of the same opinion that if this were able to be a financial income that is, sort of equal to what you can earn doing the stuff that we used to do, or even sort of like just I would rather do this than start going back to doing conferences, and I'll still keep the educational stuff up because I love doing that with Teen Tech. But I'd love to be in a position where I can say no to that kind of work because this is earning enough money. Unfortunately, until this actually pays the bills, I'm going to have to continue saying yes to the work when it comes up. But certainly my goal is to keep driving this to the point where it is generating enough revenue that it can support a salary for me and for MahdDogg. That would be the ideal. And then I wouldn't do any of the other stuff. It doesn't, I'm really happy to give that up. I'm kind of, approaching my mid-50s now. I quite like just sitting in my shed earning a living, to be honest with you. In a hoodie and a pair of jeans, wearing slippers.
I enjoy my daily commute and the lack of uniform.
Mm-hmm. And I could literally film the girls and, and edit cute clips. I mean, that's for me, that's what I do for fun. Mm-hmm. So if I can create a situation where that's earning an income for me, then I'll be very happy. You have a backup until you can do full time. Exactly, Northern Lad. I mean, I'm really lucky that I do have that freelance avenue of earning, and MahdDogg's the same. Once the film industry and advertisements start filming again and all the rest of that business, then he'll have work as well. He'll have editing work. Yeah.
I'll have some stuff come in, but I mean, I've already been reached out to for my camera work.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's interesting. That's a few days here and there, something to get me out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna start. Oh, excuse me. And I think if we build this kind of if we build a process in for taking a week off, then it will be able to give us that flexibility when that work starts to come in to be able to take, and even if we have to take a week off every 4 weeks, or one month we have to take 2 weeks off because we've got we everyone knows what to expect. We've got a process and a procedure for making sure that we keep feeding content through to the channel. Mm-hmm. And of course there's the live 24/7 outside run anyway, so we can all hang out there and chat and stuff. So
there's so much.
Yeah,
I'm actually stunned looking at how much content we've generated since the beginning.
Yeah,
how much stuff that we've got out there and how versatile the stuff is that we've got. I mean, we've started now reusing things that we shot, and our intention has always been to find multiple uses for the content that we create, be they using them as GVs in edits for how-to videos and things like that. Obviously, we create other content around that as well. But knowing that you've got a massive library of content that we could just dive into and find the things like, have we got anything like that? Yes. We've got months worth of it. And I am really, really knocked for six that between the two of us, we've generated as much content as we have. It's mind-blowing.
We have done... It's making me yawn just think about it, though.
It is tiring. It's very tiring.
But after this weekend, of course, so next week, apart from doing, I've got two teen tech events and 2 corporate events. So each of those is, a few hours. But apart from that, I have very little to do. And MahdDogg's I think, going to try and enforce me not ending up doing, because I was like, I'll do some shorts next week. He's like, no.
I said
you're
no.
taking a week off. So it's fair enough.
I like the week off idea. I'm going to make sure the week off idea happens.
Yeah, and it becomes a week off every now and again as well.
Yeah, because if I can operate the FerretTube Twitter account with all the restrictions and rules I put on myself to keep me from engaging the way I used to on my own account, you can take a week off.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, maybe a few days off. Take a few days off. Because we do want to have some conversations about.
Yes, we'll have conversations, but they're conversations we'd have anyway.
Yeah, so we're not sort of frantically making content for a week. I'm gonna just lunch it for a couple of days and play video games for sure. But then it would be nice to actually, start picking apart the information that we've got about what we're doing and seeing if we can figure out a better way to weave it back together again.
Well, now I'm learning how to translate it. That helps, because otherwise it's just bar graphs and line charts and
It's going to be really. I can't wait until we get the time to start making the content for streamers that we've been talking about and actually sharing all of the stuff that we've learned. I think it's going to be. People are going to find it really helpful. Because I've looked for a lot of information, and there's nowhere really that anyone's talking about this stuff in a very plain, and also entertaining and engaging way. And I think, the reason is that streamers are so possessive, and we've spoken about this quite a lot, but streamers are so possessive about their audiences that in some ways it's counterintuitive for them to make a guide for other streamers how to do what they do, because they don't want anyone else doing what they do, because they feel like their audience... you can't watch anyone else, because if you watch anyone else then you're not going to watch me anymore. It's just that's not how it works. And I wish people would understand that if we work together to lift each other up, then it's better for all of us small content creators. Don't compete with me is the thinking of the big content creators who've got corporate money behind them. We little ones who aren't getting paid by somebody for doing this, we have to band together and become a big something, a big voice together. Because we haven't got endless marketing budgets and a team of PR people.
But that's one of the things I like about streaming. It reminds me of the grassroots independent filmmaking world. But at the moment, it's not mature enough yet. I think it's still got a lot of growing up to do. Not just streaming as a whole, but the people who choose to stream and the reasons why they are choosing to stream.
And it will become more mainstream as the audiences become more mainstream. That will happen as people are forced to stay at home through a pandemic. I mean, YouTube saw their the watch hours, global watch hours, increased by 25% in the first quarter of last year.
Oh, absolutely. The
when
benefits...
you think about how big that is, what a big number that is, we think 25% of what was already a huge number. So, and that's it's down to the fact that people are at home. People are having to get to grips with technology to stay in communication with their workplace and their family and their loved ones, and so they're realizing technology isn't as scary and has other avenues to it, and so people are discovering that they can create a much more tailored entertainment experience that is every bit as good as TV.
It is. It's a different beast and a different medium, but it shares a lot of the same DNA. And it's I've been spending a lot of time looking at other people's how-to videos, obviously, because we want to see what performs well, what kind of stylistically works, and what have you. And I think we've hit a good style on the stuff that we do for the tips and the how-to guides. But there does seem to be an awful lot of information out there that is just plain wrong.
Yeah.
And that's the only bugbear I have with what I call the democratization of media.
Yeah.
Is that the amount of info, just technical. I'm not even going to go into news media. We can forget about that. It's just not the place. But technical information that is just plain wrong in its description of its principles and how it works and what you use it for. Oh, I want to see that change, because the moment that changes is the moment that people we need to get serious about streaming will get serious about streaming and will get creative. Yeah. At the moment, it's lacking a lot of creativity just because of the fact that a lot of it is geared around people either sitting talking on a webcam or people watching other people play a video game. People need to be braver and try different formats. And I hope what we're doing sort of helps people see, you can change things up.
Yeah.
You can do something different.
Maybe the content that we create to help other streamers can help populate the world of streaming with more people who have some basic kind of broadcast principles that they, understand and try to apply to their work, that they have sort of journalistic principles of, self-checking for accuracy and, understanding the impact of not being accurate. And even just simple things like, making statements that are opinion, but phrasing them as fact and stuff like that.
Putting them out as fact. I mean, that's all what was vitally important with the work that you did for Safer Internet Day.
Yeah.
That we put out with the videos on that.
And I definitely want to do more stuff like that, I'd love to be in a position where we can even start looking at getting some of the grants that the government give out to have content made, for people like Teen Tech, and they apply for grants, and maybe there's a project that we can put together that we'll create a series of educational aids in a topic, and we can apply for funding for that. We've certainly got enough, or I've certainly got enough kind of people who would be prepared to kind of sponsor me or sort of vouch for me in terms of my ability to create educational content to curriculum
specifications. Absolutely, and I've done a lot of work in the past with NHS, with educational thing. Like I did a big project a few years back for a charity group that was pushing engineering and science and technology for school kids. And we created all kinds of video content for them, including plenary videos for big events and stuff like that. So between the two of us, we've got some hella experience for this stuff.
Palapy said, Annie said, you lot have got your own style. Palapy said it's like Wikipedia. Northern Lad, it's better than TV, it's personal. Anthony says interactive, and Flack says, yep, Northern Lad, that's what I think. It's genuine, not staged. Please put the hat on, Kate.
Go on, put on the hat.
You couldn't, the telly wouldn't do this for you, would it?
No.
The TV wouldn't do it.
That's a fine hat.
It's a fine hat. I had a cloud stuck to it. The cloud that's been out in the garden on the thing? That was stuck to it. I went to a Zoom party back in the early days of the pandemic lockdown. I went to a Zoom party, a Zoom fancy dress party as a weather report.
Report?
Yeah, I wore a green screen T-shirt and had the green screen background up, and I had this hat on with a blue cloud on it. And in the background, I put the BBC weather map in the background. So all you could see was my my face and the cloud floating around in this weather report. So I went as a weather report.
And it's quite apt that you were sat under a cloud, considering what your first book was.
Working the cloud,
you can't even remember what your first book was.
I know. Do you think it suits me, Northern Lad? Thank you. I also, this hat originally, before I made it into the cloud hat. This is my festival hat, and I've got loads of sort of fake daffodils sticking in it. It's my hippie festival hat. Those days when you can't be bothered to wash your hair, but you still want to go out and party.
Fantastic. Well, I think that's us.
Yeah. Oh, Rimmer. They're calling me Rimmer now.
No, that's only because Platey's seen you with an H on your forehead once.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty much done. The girls are fast asleep. I've got some. Do I have some poop to scoop? Probably not actually, because I scooped it.
You scooped
one
it earlier.
small poop to scoop there. I've been down here quite a lot this afternoon because obviously I had the conversation with the vet down here before. So I'm not surprised the girls are in bed. They've been up and about so much today. The other thing I'm going to do this weekend is I want to clean out that tube.
Oh yes.
That tube. There's a big pile of biscuits and treats there. Shaky Fox is there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 balls and a rubber duck there. And then there's just a whole load of biscuits, and it's just about time that I gave it a good clean out. And I might get the Hoover out, and the bedroom's getting a bit sandy as well. So.
Bless them. They've got all the fun of the beach right outside the door.
You nearly gave me a heart attack when you moved the cameras at night. When you moved the camera at night? Huh?
I don't know that one.
Oh, you mean when I went to get the Patreon cam in from round the back? Because it was dark. I think I noticed you say something. Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
Creeping around to go and get the Patreon cam that I was trying to capture the pigeons. Sorry about that. But yeah, I kind of want to go and have a beer as well.
I think you should.
Thank you so much, everybody, for spending the evening with us. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you for sitting and watching other people have a conversation. And hopefully, maybe if you're up for it, you can join us next week live. We're on ferret.tube from 7 p.m, although we won't be recording a show, but we will be doing the chat, so I guess we'll probably still have this portion of the show, won't we, to publish?
This little bit, yeah.
Just the only thing is there won't be any clips, so there won't be a review of any clips. So that's what we'll do. We'll just jump straight into the after show, the after party chat, the after show party. So we're going to have an after show party without having a show. How rad is that? I mean, that's pretty out there.
Well, then technically it's just a party.
Yeah. We'll have a party next week. I might bring some beer.
You might bring some beer, and I might look at the beer and go, I wish I could have the beer. But anyway.
But thank you, everybody. Thank you, MahdDogg, as ever, for being absolutely wonderful. We will...
Well, I do try.
We're going to run titles in a moment, and then obviously if you're watching on Twitch, hang fire. The stream will go down, but it'll be right back up again with your usual 6-camera, 5-camera view of the inside.